Yo, what's up guys, it's Soffi here, coming up at you today. We're taking on the AMG Virtual Championship online time trial. With Mercedes looking for drivers for their second division, I've entered this time trial to see if I can win my spot. Like and sub if you enjoyed, let's get straight into it. First off, I'd like to recommend to anyone who hasn't already that they enter the Virtual Championship competition, as this is one of the very rare time trials where literally anyone who sets a lap time could possibly be able to enter the competition as a reward. Now, unfortunately, Gran Turismo won't let me show you the website, or at least my PS4 won't when I was recording through it. But I'll throw a picture on screen now just to show you what the website looks like. As I was saying, I highly recommend that you enter the competition, because if you enter the competition, you might win a position in their Division 2 championship by winning your spot through a raffle, which means you don't have to be one of the fastest, I believe in this case 24, in order to qualify for a championship. No, all you need to do is set a lap and you can get through to the championship. The championship races and their race days will be up on their website as well, so you can see if you'll be present for those days as well. But anyway, I know what you're all here for. You're all here to see me get gold, as always. So let's get straight into it. The gold time is a 49.5 at the time of recording. We're going to be getting straight into it here. It's a time trial with the Mercedes AMG GT3 2020. Let's go through our first lap here straight away. A couple of mistakes, and also the following lap. Really just getting acclimatized, pushing the limits of the car. Little spin coming out of the Ascari here. But then it was the very next lap where we finally got our first full lap on the board. As you can see, opening up the entrance onto the straight to start the lap with a higher top speed, we gain a bit of time. Here we want to brake around just after the 150 board and then make sure to hit our apex, brake again as we come into this left-hander. Bit greedy on the power there, a little bit of oversteer. As we head down to Curva Grande, here this is completely flat. You just want to make sure you stick as close to the white line on the inside as possible in order to minimize time loss. Once again, for the Della Roger chicane just after the 150, turn it in. I brake a little bit early there, but on the power nice and steadily. I think we can take a better line through there as well. We can see that we gain a lot on the delta there as well. We could just done an invalid lap, that's why. Lesmo 1, that was fairly smooth. Coming into Lesmo 2, pretty smooth again. We can push a little bit more through there. We are going to push a lot more over the course of this video. On the run down to Ascari then, looking for the braking zone. Using the brake indicator to measure this, of course. Braking just after once I hear the sector time. Missing the apex a little bit. Coming around Ascari, having to lift a little bit. You really want to stay on the inside there. That left-hander is flat nonetheless. Then there's this long run down to Parabolica. Here again we want to brake at around 100 meter board, maybe a bit later. Here I got a bit greedy with the apex and a bit greedy with power as well, losing a bit of time on the exit. But to minimise time loss when you run up to the line, you want to keep it pinned to the inside. It's not going to be gold immediately, but it's going to be pretty close, just to show our strength in the Group 3s here. 1 minute 49.6. Once again getting back onto the acclimatisation laps then. And validation there at Lesmo 1. The following lap, however, or I should say many laps later, as you can see there were 3 invalidated laps on the right there. See a much better line through Ascari, and coming into Parabolica. Wasn't great on the brakes. Touched the grass there on the inside. Too greedy, far too greedy with the apex there. And I know that there's time in the lap, so while we do improve, I do keep it to the left-hand side, and that is going to be gold. But we're going to keep pushing to get more and more improvements here. So just keeping it to the outside to start the lap. Just after the 150 board, I think I broke a bit too early there. You can see I just very briefly get back onto the throttle. Not as greedy as the Ghost, who has a massive amount of oversteer coming out of turn 2. Here's Lesmo 2. Let's see if we can gain time through here. More smooth with our inputs. And we get ourselves to just over 10th up on the Ghost. Ascari then, how do we fare through here? Not greedy enough with the apex on the entry there. Nonetheless, again, smoother inputs and keeping it flat through Ascari. We gain more time on the Ghost overall. Coming into Parabolica once again, looking for around the 90-meter mark. Again, braking, I guess, a little bit too early. Also not great with the throttle there on the exit, but it is smoother overall. But again, there is more time in the lap. So as I go again, I'm keeping it to the outside to maximise my start for the next lap. As you can see here, gaining on the Ghost. As we come into Della Roger here, not braking late enough, and as you can see again, another stab at the throttle as we entered Della Roger 1. But coming out of Della Roger 2, we had a much better line than the Ghost there. Lesmo 1, sorry. Smoother inputs. Lesmo 2. Can we find more time through here? No, we don't. But we do net gain through the Lesmos. Coming into Ascari. Clip the apex. Nice and steady on the inside there. Nice and flat. Keeping it on full lock though. Not clipping enough of the apex perhaps. Braking a little bit early perhaps for Parabolica. On the exit though, just a lot smoother. But needing to lift off as we get on the plough a bit too early. But we know there's time in the lap. This time I chose just to shave a few hundredths off the lap time, see if I could set a sub 49 lap time. Unfortunately, it is a 49.017, so we're going to go again just after the 150 here. Very weird event, as a good line as we use the sausage. Okay.
How did that work, bro?
As you can see, very surprised as to how that actually worked out as we went through there. Keeping in touch with the Ghost. Braking later once again. Much better line. No. Well, better line if it was valid. But clearly, it is not valid. So, how about the following lap? Can we keep it valid this time? Yes, we do. Can we get over the curb a lot better? Less oversteered. So, it's an improvement, so we'll take it. There's my 1. Much better on the power a lot earlier as we kept it a lot closer to the apex. Lesmo 2. Better exit as we were happy to get onto the throttle earlier. Ascari. Just after we hear the sector time. Braking a little bit late and using more of the curb on the inside means we have to carry less speed throughout the right-hander. Lose a bit, just over a 10th up on the Ghost as we come into Parabolica. Once again, touching the grass on that apex, we need to try to avoid that. But we don't have several stabs at the throttle on the exit. It's going to be another improvement to a 48.8, but again, I know that there's more time in the lap, and I just want to extract that performance out of the car. So we're going to go one more time, and we're going to take you around for my full lap time. Just again, braking a little bit too early, having another stab at the throttle. Never really mastering that first chicane, unfortunately. Keeping it nice and pinned, actually drifting a little bit wide through Curva Grande. You don't really want to do that. Just after the 150 here. Similar to Ascari, you want to brake just after here, the sector time. Good line through there. Little jump over the sausage curb, a bit inconvenient. It's just a couple of hundredths lost there. Carrying more speed through Lesmo 1, but it does mean we have to sacrifice a little bit on the exit. Lesmo 2, we brake later. Can we get on the power earlier? We do, and we have a better exit. Crucial. That puts us 1/10 up as we go into Ascari. Don't want to mess it up from here. Can we find our braking point just after, once we hit the sector time? Slam on the brakes. Ghost goes deep. We remember that from the last improvement. Keeping it nice and pinned through the right-hander. Very slight lift. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to hold it through the left-hander once I realised I didn't turn in early enough. Still gaining anyway. Here we go, just Parabolica now. Braking a bit later this time. Here we go, around the 80 meter mark. On the power, using just enough curb. On the power pretty smoothly. Keeping it to the right hand side. And ladies and gentlemen, our best lap is going to be a 1 minute 48.5. And I'll hand it back over to my live commentary.
I'll take that. Optimum of a 48.4 as well. It's pretty good. Didn't let me take the optimum line, you hate to see it. 48.5. We'll take it. Yeah, that's weird. Interestingly, my fastest first sector was actually on the second lap. And the closest I got to that afterwards was 36,200. Actually, the lap after it, we never went faster. Interesting. But we did have a fastest third sector there on that best lap. First by a mile. You'll love to see it. How about the global ranking? That says 4,600. Not great, but hey, comfortably almost a second up on the goal time, so just shows how good we are in the Group 3s.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please smash like and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. Man, I'm so glad to be back now that exams are over. I've got a good few videos coming for you in the future, including an incredible cinematic masterpiece coming very soon. Also, if you want to catch me every single day of the week, I am now currently streaming every evening from around 5, 6 or 7 p.m. BST. So make sure to tune into those streams while you're at it. And also join our Discord server, link in the description, where you can find my stream schedule and all the members of the stream community and some of my friends and anyone else who's joined. Last but not least, another video, another Super GT style voiceover. So if you prefer this over my traditional content and my live commentary, make sure to let me know in the comments and I will continue with this in the future. Once again, make sure you smash like and subscribe for more videos like this, and always stay hype, and I'll catch you guys soon. Peace!